every day in Uganda we're losing over 100 babies a day. 106 babies are dying. Newborns are dying a day. And almost 300 children, about 280 children are dying. Under 5-year-olds are dying every single day. 13 mothers are dying a day. These statistics are unacceptable. It's a carnage. As Save the Children, working with our partners in Uganda, we believe that we can put this to a stop. The Everyone campaign, as we know, is a campaign that has been initiated by Save the Children globally and in Uganda, and the aim of the campaign is to contribute, working with the government, working with Ministry of Health, working with our partners on the ground, and with our corporate sector as well as citizens. The aim is to reduce the rate of mortality amongst children under 5 years old. More specifically, the newborn, where the prevalence is actually quite high, because we do know that of the 82 children that are dying every day, 40% of this number are newborns that are dying within the first 28 days of life. So, as Save the Children, we are working with our partners, and I've been told to speak slowly. As Save the Children, we are working with our partners to end this carnage, and we do believe that this can be done. Now, we are on the Everyone campaign. We do have quite a number of programs that we are, that we have started implementing with our partners, and we'll talk about some of the partners a bit later. And there are a number of programs that we are also looking to implement until 2015 and probably beyond. But the immediate activity that we're looking to implement is the Race for Survival, which is the reason we're here today. Barbara has already outlined to you the Race for Survival is an event. It's organized by children, which is quite right. It should be organized by children because the issue we're addressing is for children. So it's organized by children, it's run by children as well, and the aim is to bring awareness to the issue that is affecting them, which is malnutrition. I've just mentioned that we have over 100 babies dying, newborns dying every day in Uganda, 282 children under the age of 5 are dying every day. 50% of these infant deaths are linked to malnutrition. And why is that? And Ministry of Health will elaborate on that. But we know that when a child is malnourished, they will be susceptible to disease. So a lot of the infections that we see are killing as a cause of the deaths amongst children are accelerated as a child that is malnourished. So for us, putting a stop to this issue of and with this race, we do intend that this will help to raise awareness around the issue amongst Ugandans and get Ugandans and all the relevant stakeholders sit up, take notice, and do something about this.
I told you I just arrived recently in Uganda. I came from Bangladesh, where we had the Everyone campaign. And we had many of the same problems that you have in the rural areas, with lack of knowledge, sometimes lack of food. We focused on trying to get the Ministry of Health to prioritize maternal and newborn care, to make it high up on their agenda, because it had gotten, frankly, a little bit lost. They were working on AIDS, they were working on cancer, they were emphasizing many different things, but we were trying to get them to, in fact we did, we got a national neonatal health platform, and so that they had a specific strategy what they were going to do to improve the health of pregnant mothers and newborns. So that was sort of our emphasis in Bangladesh. Each country under the campaign has a little bit of a different approach, I think, depending upon what the conditions are or what the needs might be in the country. But I'm intrigued. We did not have this race in Bangladesh. And this is such a great idea, I think, and I don't know why we didn't know about this or we didn't do it. So as soon as we finish, I'm going to send an email to my friends with the information from Uganda and say, you all ought to do this. You're missing a really, really good, the combination of athletics, which attracts men, and men need to be just as involved in this. Everyone thinks, oh, this is a ladies' thing. Yeah. This is for the women. This is about women and children. So men don't have anything to do with this. Men have everything to do with this. Yeah. It is men's responsibility just as much as it is women's. But I think by bringing in athletics, it's a really good way to get the men to kind of pay some attention to this. So I think Uganda is onto something here. So if you don't mind, I'm going to steal your idea and send it over to my friends in Bangladesh. So that's my answer to the first part of the question.
Yeah, thank you, Barbara. Perhaps to build on that, you'd mentioned that you don't believe that awareness is enough. Probably what I should have started off with is a preamble on the activities that we're doing on the Everyone campaign. The Race for Survival is one of the potentially like 6 activities that we're doing within the Everyone campaign. And the activities are targeted at both the rural communities and the urban communities. In the rural communities, our aim is to influence behavior, change in behavior. So we have activities there, like we have community outreach programs where we are targeting market days, women's groups, even the men. We're targeting the men, especially the men, because they play a very, very key role in influencing the decision on the behavior in the homes. So we may empower the mother, the pregnant woman, but if the husband says, I don't have money to waste going to the air for you to give birth in a hospital, you can give birth at home like my mother did me, then we will have failed. So we have activities, and probably at a later forum, I don't think this would probably be the forum to detract from the message that we're trying to deliver about the race, but probably at a different forum, and even through the media forum that Simon has set up, we will then outline all the other activities that we're doing. But we have outreach programs in the rural areas. We have radio drama series like soap operas in the rural areas, where we are targeting our goal is to influence the behavior both by the mother, the husband, community members, her mother-in-laws, and we are seeing an impact. We have some of these activities have been piloted, possibly in places like Kasese, Bundibujo, and Toroko, and we have seen an increase when we pull out, we've seen an increase in the number of mothers, pregnant women who actually visit healthcare centers for ANC, and also who give birth in healthcare centers. The number actually triples in the areas where we have started to implement these activities. So we are doing work there. It's just that it was not the theme for this particular event, but then we do have a channel through which we can provide that information. In the urban sector, and this activity that we're doing, our primary objective in the urban sector is to drive advocacy and also gain stakeholder engagement. People like you as well, to raise the voice of this and awareness around, and it's not just awareness, it's really raising the voice and sensitizing people that there's a problem. We have a problem in the country, it's not acceptable, we can't allow it to go on, and we can do something. Yeah?
Thank you very much, Hilda.
Yeah.
I'll ask Dr. Esther to say something as well.
Yes, thank you, Philip, for the comments that you have made. It's not particularly very true that awareness is not a problem. There's still a lot of knowledge gap about nutrition, even within the urban setting. Majority of the children that we admit in Mwanamujimu in Malago come from the peri-urban areas, the peri-urban areas surrounding Kampala. And when you sit down with them, because one of our aims is not to just treat the malnutrition, but also to empower them with knowledge about nutrition, good nutrition. Sit down with them, and you'll be amazed at how we are lacking knowledge about nutrition. Yeah. People think that posho is not a good food. Beans is not good food. And they say we don't have food because they don't have the sausages, and yet they can afford to buy that 1 kilo of posho, cook it nicely with the beans and mix it nicely with the greens. I think greens are for those village people, and yet they are a good source of vitamins. So they get malnourished because they don't have enough knowledge. It is still vital that we create this awareness to empower them with knowledge about good nutrition. So don't think that we have enough awareness and enough knowledge about nutrition. We still need to empower people with knowledge. Many of them actually need that knowledge about nutrition.
Thank you very